What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Log Cannon, and we are back with a very special recipe. Today, I'll be showing you guys how to make my infamous seafood gumbo. Perfect for New Year's Eve, perfect for Christmas time, perfect for the holidays. I'm trying to tell you how this is going to become a tradition in your house the first time you make this. But let's get right into it.
Ingredients are in the description.
Now, introducing you guys to making gumbo. Now, this recipe is going to include a lot of steps, so before you do anything, make sure you click that subscribe button. But the first step to making a delicious, amazing gumbo, the first step to making any gumbo, it's called a roux. Now, what a roux is, it is butter and flour, or some people use like bacon grease and flour, or oil and flour, but I'm going to use butter and flour. And what you're going to do, you're going to stir and whisk melted butter and flour for about 30 minutes until it becomes an amazing dark brown color. The key to a great gumbo is a dark roux. I know you guys sometimes see those like light colored gumbos, but this recipe is coming from the South. This from my New Orleans origins. I got family from New Orleans, family from Mississippi, down south, southern. This is that type of gumbo. So make sure you want to melt your butter on medium low heat, really more so lower heat, and then you're going to want to add in the equal amounts of flour. So pay attention to you guys' butter measurements and add in equal parts flour, and we're going to begin to whisk this mixture. You're not going to step away from your stove, you're not going to step away from your oven, you're not going to step away from this kitchen. You're going to continue to whisk because you do not want this to burn. If you burn your roux, your gumbo is going in the garbage. So continue to whisk on low heat until this begins to change color. So prepare, y'all, get some patience because we're starting right now. Now, I'll say about 4 to 5 minutes, you'll start seeing a little bit more difference in that color. I'm going to just fast forward. I know you guys want to sit and watch me stir this for 30 minutes straight, but continue to stir and stir, and you see how it's starting to become a little bit more like peanut butter brown. The more you stir, the more time goes on, it's going to get darker and darker. And make sure you are stirring this consistently. You do not want this to start burning. It'll start smelling like burnt popcorn. It'll start smelling really bad, and you'll know that your roux is burnt. So make sure you don't have any black spots, any super dark bits. You want to just make sure it's a consistent dark brown. Now, after your roux is complete, which you guys can see, you want to take your one whole chopped onion and you want to add that into this roux, as well as your 1 cup of celery, and then you want to add in your green bell peppers. Add in your onions, your celery, and your green bell peppers, and mix that into this roux. You want to get everything well integrated inside of this pot, like everything. I'm talking about get a really good stir, and it's going to look a little dry initially, but when the vegetables start cooking down, and then the roux starts to get a little bit more hot, it's going to be a little bit more liquid. So don't worry, guys, just follow this step by step, and trust me, we gonna make it. But after you add your vegetables, you want to start adding your andouille sausages. I added about 2 whole andouille sausages. You don't have to use that much if you don't want to, but add 2 whole andouille sausages, and make sure you guys are stirring this consistently. And I would like to inform everybody, this is really like the base of a gumbo. It's not like super loaded, so you guys don't have to add as much sausage. You guys can really switch it up. You can add some cooked chicken, but with this, I'm showing you guys how to use the andouille sausages. So yeah, add that sausage in there. Continue to stir. Continue to stir. Continue to stir. Now, I'm going to begin to start adding my seasoning. This is about 1 to 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning. Now, I am not going to measure in this video at all, but I have measured before with my recipe. I'm going to say 1 to 2 teaspoons of Creole seasoning. And on the side, you want to start boiling about 5 cups of water with beef bouillon cubes and add in chicken stock. Let that boil and put that to the side. And now we're going to get back to our mixture of our gumbo base. Now you guys are starting to see that it's becoming a little bit more liquid with that roux, and those vegetables are tenderizing now. So we coming. We doing good so far, y'all. But once you see that's going, add that boiling water with that bouillon cube and that chicken stock. Add that directly into this pot. Start stirring, and now we really in the game. When you're stirring, make sure you are scraping this pot. You want to make sure everything is getting well mixed. You want to make sure everything is going together. And by now, I know you're smelling this, and we're not even halfway in here yet. It's time to start adding these seasonings. So grab that Creole seasoning again. You want to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of Creole seasoning. Add about a tablespoon of black pepper. Add your 1 can of stewed tomatoes. You're going to add 1 can of petite cut tomatoes. Add that in there. Stir that all up. Whew. We getting in the game, y'all. Like, this was so fun to make because it was so fun to smell and it was so fun to eat. But stir all of that up, guys. We are not done adding seasonings. We just want to make sure we're consistently stirring. And what's a gumbo, stew, soup, anything without adding bay leaves? You want to add about 4 to 6 bay leaves, depending on the type of bay leaves you guys have. Next, add your teaspoon or a tablespoon of basil. I'm going to add in probably about a tablespoon of basil. Then you want to add in some Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. Now, I do like spicy. I do like my gumbo a little bit more spicy than usual. So I am adding a little bit extra Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning because this gumbo definitely going to make you slap somebody's mama. Hopefully it's not yours. Now, while this is cooking, your next thing you want to do is add in your hot sauce. I'll say about 2 to 3 teaspoons of hot sauce. And when you add in your hot sauce, you want to make sure that it is well integrated. And we're going to let this cook, I'll say for about 45 minutes to an hour. After you stir this, you want to let it rest 45 to an hour on a medium-low heat. And then you want to add in your gumbo filet. Now, the gumbo filet should be added in 45 minutes to an hour after this is just cooking. This helps thicken it. It just brings out that flavor. This is something that you can't have without authentic gumbo. After you add in that gumbo filet, after those 45 minutes, it's time to add in our okra. Now, okra is the base of original gumbo. If you look up the history of gumbo, gumbo initially was made from okra. You cannot have authentic Nola Creole gumbo without okra. So add in your okra. You can actually cook it first. I just prefer to add mine in frozen. This is like, everybody doesn't feel like cooking okra all the time, but add in your okra. Never forget this step. Now, this has now been cooking for about an hour and a half. Including that 45-minute delay with that gumbo filet. Now, towards the end, when it's about 20 minutes left to make this gumbo, and you at the end, get your shrimp. Make sure it's deveined. Make sure it is ready. I season it with a little Old Bay before I add it into this pot, and drop that shrimp into this gumbo. Now, when I tell y'all this is the final steps, and you about to start really you're probably ready to eat this right now, but we got a couple of more things we're gonna add to this. But add that shrimp in there and get a really good stir. Oh my God. Add that shrimp in there. And make sure you do not add your shrimp too early. You don't want your shrimp to ball up and be too miniature. But after you add that shrimp, I take lump crab. So they have that, this is real crab, no imitation. Make sure you're not using no imitation meat. In the grocery stores, they usually have like crab claw or lump crab. I take an entire can of that. Add that in here so every single taste of seafood, shrimp, crab, everything's going to be in every spoonful of this gumbo. Babe. But make sure you guys add that crab meat and stir consistently. And after this, we have one more thing to add. before we add our final meat to this gumbo, add in a little bit more gumbo filet. That's just to help thicken it up, help top it. It's just like that final little touch. Y'all know that little cherry on top. But stir that up really, really well. Pop the top, and you know what we about to add next? Y'all know what we about to add next. Add that crab. Add those crab legs, y'all. Snow crab, king crab. Add that crab. You cannot have gumbo without this beautiful crab. Now I added some snow crab into mine, and I also have one huge king crab in there. You probably gonna see it pop out like a sore thumb. But add the crab in there. And after you add the crab, you want to pop the top on here and cook this for about 10 to 15 more minutes. And man, after 10 to 15 minutes, this is what you're gonna be looking at. Look at this. Smell this. I'm about to cry looking at this. Like, when I made this, y'all, and I ate this, I didn't know if y'all deserve this video or not. I didn't know. But look at that. You see all the crab meat going through there, the shrimp, the sausage, the onions, the okra, the set. Like, this is what you call authentic gumbo. Authentic gumbo. Now, something that I will advise you guys to do. I'm not gonna give you guys a tutorial on this unless you guys might need one, but you want to make some rice on the side, like boil you some rice.
And after you boil your rice, what you're gonna want to do is you take a bowl. You want to stuff that bowl, like pack a little very mini bowl, and pack that, flip it upside down onto a plate, so you have a nice little pretty presentation for your gumbo. Put that bowl on that plate, spread that gumbo around it, and just watch. Keep watching, y'all. I want to show y'all my final product.
And just like that, boom, you made some beautiful, amazing log cannon seafood gumbo. You would never go back to the original recipe you ever looked up. You would never listen to nobody else. You're gonna crave this every year, holiday season. This is beauty in the picture. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. 2021, we're here. Happy New Year, everybody. And we are about to have recipes jumping all year. So please make sure you guys subscribe, like, follow, try this recipe for New Year's Eve. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I hit 10K recently. I really appreciate that, guys. We're locked and loaded. Let's get it. See you guys in the next video.